We request the dignitaries to please settle down as we'll now first showcase a video. We'll now showcase a video.
भारत सरकार का उपभोक्ता मामले विभाग हमेशा से ही उपभोक्ताओं के अधिकारों के लिए प्रतिबद्ध रहा है। इसी दिशा में 2005 में उपभोक्ताओं की समस्याओं का समाधान करने के लिए राष्ट्रीय उपभोक्ता हेल्पलाइन शुरू करके एक छोटी सी पहल की गई, जिसे वर्तमान सरकार ने एक अभियान का रूप दे दिया है। राष्ट्रीय उपभोक्ता हेल्पलाइन आज अपने आधुनिक स्वरूप में व्यापक स्तर पर संचालित की जा रही है और पूरे देश से उपभोक्ताओं की शिकायतों को बेहद कम समय में समाधान तक पहुंचा रही है। उपभोक्ता सशक्तिकरण और राष्ट्रीय उपभोक्ता हेल्पलाइन को विश्व स्तरीय बनाने के लिए उपभोक्ता मामले विभाग भारत सरकार ने पिछले 6 महीने में अनेक प्रयास किए हैं। शिकायतें दर्ज कराने के लिए हेल्पलाइन को सप्ताह के 5 दिन से बढ़ाकर 7 दिन कर दिया गया है। राष्ट्रीय उपभोक्ता हेल्पलाइन मात्र एक कॉल सेंटर नहीं, अपने आप में एक ओमनी चैनल व्यवस्था है, जिसमें आप विभिन्न माध्यमों जैसे 1915, consumerhelpline.gov.in, NCH ऐप या उमंग ऐप, मेल या SMS द्वारा, बीजी पोर्टल या फिर सोशल मीडिया के जरिए इनमें से किसी भी प्लेटफॉर्म पर अपनी शिकायत दर्ज करवा सकते हैं। हिंदी, अंग्रेजी समेत 12 प्रादेशिक भाषाओं में आप राष्ट्रीय उपभोक्ता हेल्पलाइन में शिकायत दर्ज कर सकते हैं। आज 670 से अधिक बड़ी कंपनियां NCH के साथ कन्वर्जेंस पार्टनर हैं, जो त्वरित रूप से समाधान प्रदान करती हैं। लगभग 50 से ज्यादा सेक्टर्स जैसे ई-कॉमर्स, इंश्योरेंस, बैंकिंग, डिजिटल पेमेंट, कंज्यूमर ड्यूरेबल्स और टेलीकॉम आदि के अलावा इनके सब सेक्टर्स से संबंधित शिकायतों का समाधान किया जा रहा है। राष्ट्रीय उपभोक्ता हेल्पलाइन के बारे में लोगों को अधिक जागरूक बनाने के लिए विभाग द्वारा जागृति मैस्कॉट लॉन्च किया गया है। हेल्पलाइन नंबर आसानी से याद करने के लिए शॉर्ट कोड 1915 अप्रैल 2022 में जारी किया। इन्हीं प्रयासों का परिणाम है कि साल 2021 में एक महीने में 50 से 60 हजार उपभोक्ता शिकायत संबंधी कॉल्स अब 2022 में 90,000 प्रतिमाह पहुंच गई हैं। शिकायतों के रजिस्ट्रेशन का प्रतिशत भी बहुत बढ़ा है। 2021 तक जो 52% था, वो अब 89% हो गया है। तकनीकी सुधारों की वजह से कॉल फेलियर का प्रतिशत 27 से घटकर मात्र 3% रह गया है। शिकायत दर्ज कराने में पहले जो समय लगता था, उसमें भी काफी कमी आई है। इसके अलावा राष्ट्रीय उपभोक्ता हेल्पलाइन केंद्रीय उपभोक्ता संरक्षण प्राधिकरण के लिए महत्वपूर्ण डेटा उपलब्ध कराती है। इसी डेटा के आधार पर राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर उपभोक्ताओं के बड़े समूह की रक्षा के लिए क्लास एक्शन लिया जाता है। सुगमता से उपभोक्ताओं तक ये हेल्पलाइन पहुंचाने के लिए इसे व्हाट्सएप से भी जोड़ा जा रहा है। उपभोक्ता मामले विभाग सदैव उपभोक्ताओं की शिकायतों का समाधान और उनके अधिकारों की रक्षा करने के लिए तत्पर है।
जागो ग्राहक जागो।
I now request Honorable Minister Shri Piyush Goyal ji to virtually inaugurate new premises at Bureau of Indian Standards.
ભલે હું તમારું બહેતર સહાયતા માટે તમારું order number को दियो।
வணக்கம், நான் உங்களுக்கு எப்படி உதவ முடியும்?
बात कर रहे हैं, स्टेट बताएंगे।
नहीं ले जाइए ना, ठीक है।
और 3 अपने डाला, उस पर्सन का ही गाइड आता है।
The Department of Consumer Affairs, Government of India, has taken a significant step to bring repair and serviceability into the hands of consumer. Now we will showcase a video.
मिशन लाइफ का मंत्र है लाइफस्टाइल फॉर एनवायरमेंट। पृथ्वी पर रहने वाले प्रत्येक व्यक्ति को व्यक्तिगत प्रयासों की कामना के साथ ही आज ये मिशन लाइफ का ये विजन दुनिया के सामने रख रहा हूं।
प्रधानमंत्री जी की लाइफ मूवमेंट यानी लाइफस्टाइल फॉर एनवायरमेंट, रिड्यूस या रिपेयर, रीयूज और रिसाइकल की परिकल्पना के अनुरूप भारत सरकार का उपभोक्ता मामले विभाग यूज एंड डिस्पोज इकोनॉमी को सर्कुलर इकोनॉमी बनाने की दिशा में एक पोर्टल right2repair.india.in बना रहा है, जिसमें कुछ महत्वपूर्ण कंज्यूमर रिलेटेड सेक्टर्स जैसे फार्मिंग इक्विपमेंट्स, मोबाइल्स, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिस्प्लेज, डेटा स्टोरेज कंपोनेंट्स, कंज्यूमर ड्यूरेबल्स और ऑटोमोबाइल इक्विपमेंट्स के बारे में उपभोक्ताओं को पूरी जानकारी दी जाएगी। उपभोक्ता मामले विभाग का उद्देश्य है कि उपभोक्ता को सही कीमत पर प्रोडक्ट्स मिलने के साथ ही उनको स्वयं रिपेयर या अनरिस्ट्रिक्टेड एक्सेस टू रिपेयर या यूजर मैनुअल्स फॉर सेल्फ रिपेयर की सुविधा मिल सके। उन्हें यूज एंड थ्रो की नेगेटिव सोच और ई वेस्ट के बढ़ते ढेर से छुटकारा दिलाया जा सके और माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी की मिशन लाइफ की अवधारणा को साकार रूप दिया जा सके।
जागो ग्राहक जागो।
Now I once again request Honorable Minister Shri Piyush Goyal ji to launch the Right to Repair portal. The Department of Consumer Affairs is signing a memorandum of understanding with the Indian Institute of Technology, IIT BHU Varanasi, for a knowledge partnership to develop collaborative activities in the field of digital metrology. We will now showcase a video.
प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के डिजिटल इंडिया मिशन से कदम मिलाने के लिए भारत सरकार का उपभोक्ता मामले विभाग इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी BHU वाराणसी के साथ एक MOU साइन करने जा रहा है। ये एक ऐतिहासिक कदम है जिसके तहत लीगल मेट्रोलॉजी के क्षेत्र में सहयोगी गतिविधियों के लिए नॉलेज पार्टनरशिप की जाएगी। इससे भारतीय विधिक माप विज्ञान संस्थान की क्षमता संवर्धन में सहायता मिलेगी। डिजिटल मेट्रोलॉजी के लिए नॉलेज पार्टनरशिप का मकसद उपभोक्ता वस्तुओं के क्षेत्र में अनुसंधान और विकास, शिक्षण और प्रशिक्षण एवं सर्टिफिकेशन प्रोसेस को डिजिटलाइज करना है। इससे लीगल मेट्रोलॉजी के द्वारा इंडस्ट्रीज को दी जाने वाली सर्विसेज को पारदर्शी और तेज करने में सहायता मिलेगी। साथ ही देश में व्यावसायीकरण की जा रही उपभोक्ता वस्तुओं में डिजिटल मेट्रोलॉजी की समीक्षा करना और समीक्षा के तहत उत्पाद या मानक विकास से संबंधित उपलब्ध अंतर्राष्ट्रीय मानकों आदि के साथ तकनीकी विकास का गहन विश्लेषण करना भी शामिल है। इससे उपभोक्ताओं को एक्यूरेट वेइंग एंड मेजरिंग इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स की मदद से करेक्ट क्वांटिटी को इंश्योर किया जाएगा। नॉलेज पार्टनरशिप से लर्नर्स के बीच मेजरमेंट एंड क्वालिटी कंट्रोल स्किल्स और मेट्रोलॉजी अवधारणा को बढ़ावा मिलेगा।
जागो ग्राहक जागो।
I now request Dr. N.S. Rajput, Professor IIT BHU, to kindly come on the dais and exchange the copy of MOU with Mr. Anupam Mishra, Joint Secretary, Department of Consumer Affairs, in the august presence of the Honorable Ministers. And with this, we exchange the Memorandum of Understanding. It's a historic move by the government in the right direction, and it's first of its kind to establish a knowledge partnership. Thank you very much. Mobile app NTH Samadhan is launched to establish a fully digital laboratory information system. This newly launched mobile app NTH Samadhan will improve user interaction, help in building customer relationships, and make it simpler to track user responses for the NTH. Currently available on both Android and iOS platforms, I once again request Honorable Minister Shri Piyush Goyal ji to launch the mobile app NTH Samadhan, requesting Mr. Alok Srivastav, DG, Dr. Alok Srivastav, DG NTH, to also join us on the days. Next is e-brochure from the National Test House. The digitization of our print catalog offers another whole new level of convenience for NTH consumers by enabling them to access quickly and easily online through our service offerings anytime, anywhere. I once again request our Honorable Minister Shri Piyush Goyal ji to launch the e-brochure along with the DG NTS. Under the Mission Karm Yogi for the empowerment and capacity building of consumer commissions, the Department of Consumer Affairs, in collaboration with the Capacity Building Commission, is laying the foundation of an e-learning program for consumer commissions. Requesting Honorable Minister Shri Piyush Goyal ji to launch inaugural video of the Capacity Building Program for consumer commissions.
मिशन कर्मयोगी। मिशन कर्मयोगी कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग की दिशा में अपनी तरह का एक नया प्रयोग है। इस मिशन के जरिए सरकारी कर्मचारियों को उनकी सोच, अप्रोच को आधुनिक बनाना है, उनका स्किल सेट सुधारना है, उन्हें कर्मयोगी बनने का अवसर देना है।
हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के इस विजन के अंतर्गत उपभोक्ताओं के हितों की रक्षा और उनकी शिकायतों के शीघ्र निपटान के लिए भारत सरकार मिशन कर्मयोगी के तहत उपभोक्ता आयोगों की क्षमता संवर्धन की दिशा में काम कर रही है। पूरे देश भर में उपभोक्ताओं के हितों की रक्षा और संरक्षण के लिए 673 उपभोक्ता आयोग कार्यरत हैं। इन उपभोक्ता आयोगों के सशक्तिकरण और क्षमता संवर्धन के लिए डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ कंज्यूमर अफेयर्स कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग कमीशन के सहयोग से राष्ट्रीय उपभोक्ता दिवस के अवसर पर उपभोक्ता आयोगों के लिए एक ई लर्निंग कार्यक्रम की नींव रख रहा है। इस ई लर्निंग कार्यक्रम की मुख्य विशेषताएं होंगी कहीं से भी इजी एक्सेसिबिलिटी, सेल्फ पेस्ड लर्निंग, इंटरैक्टिव मॉड्यूल्स और ई लर्निंग कोर्स के मूल्यांकन प्रश्न पूरा करने पर कंप्लीशन सर्टिफिकेट। इस ई लर्निंग कार्यक्रम का उद्देश्य उपभोक्ता कल्याण की दिशा में कार्यरत उपभोक्ता आयोगों को एक मजबूत आधार प्रदान करना है।
जागो ग्राहक जागो।
Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed an honor to invite on the dais Honorable Minister Shri Piyush Goyal ji for the inaugural address.
My colleague in the Union Government, Sadhvi Niranjan Jyoti ji, Secretary Consumer Affairs, Shri Rohit Singh ji, Chairman of the National Commission for Consumer Redressal, Shri Justice R.S. Agarwal ji, ASNFA Financial Controller is a very important position because everything is in his hands to approve. Shri Shantmanu ji, the Director General BIS, the person who has actually transformed the working of the BIS and has now taken the NTH in his fold, Shri Pramod Tiwari ji, my colleague Shri Anupam Mishra ji, other colleagues from different consumer forums, both at the center and the states, colleagues in the ministry, friends from various consumer organizations, award winners, friends from the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I'd like to join Mr. Rohit Singh in conveying my good wishes to all of you as we celebrate National Consumers Day and looking at the variety of initiatives that have been launched today. I think action speaks more than words. And in a sense, the Consumer Affairs Department, which was not so much in the limelight, not as active as a nation of 140 crore people would expect it to be, has suddenly found, and if I can borrow a phrase from Honorable Prime Minister, has found life in their working. I'd like to compliment Rohit Singh ji and his entire team. I'd like to compliment Pramod Tiwari and his entire team. And of course, undoubtedly the work of Justice Agarwal and the entire network of commissions across the country have all done us proud with some truly outstanding and amazing achievements over the last few months. I was really delighted when I saw that barely 6 months have passed since our interaction, where it was discussed and decided that we'll have a focused effort on disposal of cases. And within this short span of 6 months, we've already doubled the disposal to nearly 90,000 in these 6 months. And given the huge thrust on technology that Rohit Singh ji personally is very well known for, I'm confident that this will only get better and better, and over the next, hopefully a year, year and a half, under the very, very powerful leadership of Justice Agarwal, we'll be able to see these numbers significantly ramp up so that we can become current in our number of cases to be handled by the commissions, and all this backlog can be eliminated. Because justice delayed is justice denied. And I think our consumers, and most of them are small consumers who are coming to us, to our helpline with complaints or concerns, I think they are very deserving of speedy justice, more so because they don't have a big voice, they don't have a big clout. They may not even have a lot of technical knowledge or assistance, which the large companies on the other side are able to afford. And therefore, it's incumbent on all of us to put in an extra effort with a very sensitive approach towards the consumers to help them navigate the various processes and give them relief in a time-bound manner. In fact, the theme today also, when we talk of effective disposal of cases, I think they resonate with our overall theme to give speedy justice, not only to consumers who have complained, but to the nation at large. And you will find that a lot of effort is being made by the government under the guidance of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi to make it easier both to do business and for our consumers to make life easier, make ease of living is a focus area that all of us are working on. In fact, if I may venture to suggest, there are three significant themes that the Honorable Prime Minister has on more than one occasion articulated, which the Consumer Affairs Department is working towards to bring about a paradigm shift in our working. The three themes are convergence, capacity building, and a focus on climate change. When I talk of convergence, I hope it came to your notice, you read about the effort being made to make compliance burden easier, both for businesses and for the common citizen. And that has been across the government of India and the state governments collectively an effort over the last nearly 8.5 years. You may recall right from the early days of this government when we removed notarizing of documents and made it self-certification. It may sound like a small step, but it was a big leap of faith, an effort to give confidence to the people of India that we trust you, to give confidence to businesses that we know that you do not wish to do any wrongdoing. And over the last few years, a number of redundant laws, over 1,500 laws have been removed from the statute book. Nearly 39,000 compliances have been simplified. Technology has been used to digitize many of them. Many of them have been made less confrontational. Many of them have been eliminated totally. Nearly 39,000 compliances. A number of laws have also been decriminalized. For very petty and minor offenses, very often you are stuck with having to go to court, and even if it could be converted to a fine, it had to go through a court process. We're trying to remove the additional burden on courts, move towards penalties wherever possible, or at least give a chance once or twice or thrice for people to repair or rectify their mistakes before any more stringent action is taken. Over 800 specific provisions of law have been decriminalized in the past. You may be aware that only 2 days ago, on Thursday, the government of India came out with a comprehensive, a holistic bill called the Jan Vishwas Amending Provisions Bill 2022, in which 19 ministries have taken up 42 laws, different laws, and over 100 provisions of the law, 143 or so provisions of the law in various acts with one bill are sought to be decriminalized and will give a lot of relief both for ease of doing business and ease of living. And that's the approach of the government at the macro level, to work in convergence, work in a spirit of the whole of the government, putting in their best foot forward to have a significant impact on the lives of the people of India. Similarly, Mission Karmayogi by the Capacity Building Commission set up by the Prime Minister is a unique initiative, something which I sometimes wonder why it was not thought of for so many years. After all, we in government at all levels have a significant impact on the lives of the people of India, on businesses, on economic growth, on the success of the nation in the years to come. And we need to retrain ourselves. We need to be equipped to serve the people better. And Mission Karma Yogi, for the first time, it was in fact started in Gujarat when Honorable Prime Minister was the Chief Minister of Gujarat. The entire government, including the cabinet, all secretaries, all would go to IIM Ahmedabad for a training program. It started when he first became Chief Minister and then became an annual affair. Now in the government of India, and it starts from us. The ministers also undergo a training and capacity building program. And then of course, down the line at different levels, I'm told all the 3,000 participants or persons engaged with the consumer redressal mechanism are also being covered through the Capacity Building Commission for upgrading their systems and their knowledge so that we can truly give access to justice, do redressal of their grievances in a time-bound, speedy manner. Same will go for all our employees in the BIS, in NTH. My apologies, not been too well last few days. And we'll all in the ministry also be looking at capacity building for us to do our job better. Maybe at some stage we should look at them creating some modules for our young students, for consumer awareness programs, for our various consumer associations to use to take the program of consumer awareness right down to the last man. Finally, climate change is an area that I think we all recognize will have very serious impact on global future. And India cannot remain isolated from the world, from the planet. And therefore we in India equally as a responsible global citizen are taking up various initiatives to contribute to the global effort for a better future for our children, a better planet for the next generations to live in, a better world that we will leave behind for our children. And Mission Life is an integral part of that lifestyle for environment. And I'm glad that you've taken up the 3 R's, the reuse, recycle, and repair. For repair is a part of the reuse and recycle. And reduce waste, reduce, repair, reduce, recycle, and reuse. All these 3 things together can significantly have an impact on climate, on sustainability. In fact, very often I joke that possibly if the pizza is made 1 inch smaller, it'll be good for our health also, and it'll reduce wastage also. But I'm really delighted that the Consumer Affairs Ministry is using technology in a big way, as we saw today. They're bringing in transparency in the working, both of our consumer commissions, of our testing ecosystem, and the various other initiatives like the consumer helpline. Earlier, it had only 2 languages. Then they added 7, and today we have an overall 12 languages. After all, there's a large part of India which may not be conversant with the national 1 or 2 languages. They'll be more conversant with their local mother tongue. And we have to care for the poorest of the poor, the person at the last man at the bottom of the pyramid. And I'm happy that now they don't even have to go to the regional helpline. At the national helpline, 12 languages are available, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. It's truly a phenomenal step forward to provide service to our consumers. And I'm sure this 3 T's, technology, training, and transparency, will help us as we work towards greater consumer awareness and greater service to our consumers, something which is the right of 140 crore citizens of India. If you are looking to make India a developed nation by 2047, consumer empowerment is going to be a paramount feature of a developed India. We will have to have a strong consumer focus on all the work that each one of us is doing. And consumers will also have to become more demanding for quality, more demanding for the right price and affordability, more demanding for products which are good for consumers in terms of their health, their safety. And I'm sure the various measures being taken to create consciousness of quality, including the One Nation, One Standard that BIS is working on. Again, an example of convergence. They are working with all the other bodies who set standards to move towards one standard in the country. We are trying to align our standards with international standards so that we can become global players and have a large export market also. We are looking at, we brought NTH within the ambit of BIS so that there's uniformity and commonality in services and we don't duplicate the same effort. And we are also working with other colleague ministries to try and bring about ease of doing business for people so everybody knows that if it's a standard related to a food product or a medicine, it goes to FSSAI. If it's a standard related to any other mechanical, electrical or any other industrial or consumer product, it goes to BIS and its ecosystem. So we are looking at convergence of the entire testing ecosystem and standard setting also to make it easier for all of you in your work and make it easier for consumers to get the benefit of high quality, affordable products, and should there be the need, speedy justice and redressal of their grievances. As John F. Kennedy had said, and I quote, if consumers are offered inferior products, if consumer is unable to choose on an informed basis, then his money is wasted and the national interest suffers. I am delighted that all of you have, on a Saturday morning, on the eve of the season's festival season, have agreed to join us on this very important program. I'm sure with the collective effort of all of us assembled in the room, many of us not here today, but well-wishers of the consumer ecosystem, collectively, based on trust of our consumer and earning the trust of our consumer, along with the trust that all of us have that business persons also want a delighted consumer, a happy consumer. We'll all be able to work as a team to make a difference to the lives of every single Indian in this country. Thank you very much for joining us today. Since I have another program to attend, I will be taking leave, but my colleague Sadhviji is with you and all the other colleagues here will continue the day's proceedings. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, for your remarkable address. Your suggestions and advices have been noted, and we look forward to your esteemed presence in the coming times also with us. Once again, a round of applause for Shri Piyush Goyal ji. Thank you very much for joining us, for gracing this event with your presence. And now we shall continue the program. श्री आर के अग्रवाल जी से निवेदन है कि आज के दिवस के विषय पे अपने विचार साझा करें. Can we all please welcome him on the dais?